Good afternoon. My name is Rachel Etheridge. I'm a mother, a student, and a future educator. At the beginning of the coursework, I was a leader, eager but very unsure of myself. Um, Beginning experiences were marked by a desire to make a positive impact and but was very accompanied by self doubt in my abilities to lead effectively. I focused a lot on listening and learning from my peers and my professors, understanding that constant collaboration was going to be key in my education. Um, I engaged in group discussions, yet I would hold back my suggestions, um, not knowing the value of myself. Um, I see now that I need to put more value in myself because the information that I have is beneficial and it um, may be something that somebody else has not even thought of. Um, what did I learn by completing each class? Throughout the classes, I learned something different from each one. Um, they contributed a great deal to my growth as a leader. I learned classroom management. Um, I learned that an effective leader in the classroom starts with creating that positive learning environment. Um, I've learned different techniques and ways to build the relationships with my students. Um, I want to foster that respect and that trust that students instill into their teachers. Um, I understand that creating that classroom management is not just having control, but it's creating a community where all the students feel valued. Um, Curriculum development is another key point of something that I've learned. Um, I've learned how to incorporate different diverse perspectives and cultures into my lesson plans. Um, it's taught me the importance of being adaptable and responsible to the needs of my students. Um, Technology in education is something very big that I learned. Taking all of my coursework online has instilled that thought process that technology is important. Um, Going through and integrating different technology tools into my lesson plans is only going to help my students. It's going to help them be better learners and have that different um, hands on power that most students need. They need that adaptability within the classroom. Um, Diversity and inclusion is another big one. Um, the courses emphasized on the importance of equality in the education. I learned strategies to create a more inclusive classroom that celebrates diversity. Um, this experiences just added to my commitment to advocating for my students, um, especially those that come from bad backgrounds. I guess is the best way to put it. Um, I want to be a leader who prioritizes that social justice in the education. I want, no matter where my students come from, um, they feel respected, valued, and loved. Um, who am I as a leader? Um, Now I see myself as more confident, reflective, inclusive as a leader. Um, I've developed clear visions for my role as an educator. I want to empower my students to become active learners and critical thinkers. Um, I am going to actively seek out feedback from my peers and my mentors, recognizing that collaboration is going to be vital for the growth of my students and myself as well. Um, I have embraced my strengths, um, and I have learned to work with my weaknesses. Um, I want to put focus on the unique abilities that each student may have. Having them to take power and ownership of their learning. Um, I also am putting more priority into continuous professional development for myself by participating in workshops, conferences, staying updated on the latest educational practices. That commitment um, will help grow and reinforce me as an effective leader, not only guiding others, but being open to learning from them. As a leader, where do I go from here? As I look to my future, I have several goals and aspirations as a leader in education. I want to have leadership roles. I plan to pursue different leadership opportunities within the educational setting, um, such as becoming the department head or becoming a mentor to a new teacher myself. I believe that sharing my experiences and insight can help and foster a supportive community. That community is crucial for student success. Um, I want to advocate for equality. I am committed to advocating for policies to promote equitable access to education. I plan to engage in the local education boards and community organizations to address issues. Um, I want to ensure that every student receives the resources that they need to be successful. Um, Being part of a collaboration or mentorship is ideal. I hope that I can establish some of mentorships of my own, um, where more experienced educators can guide the new teachers on the ways that they do things and the ways that they run their classroom. By fostering that culture of collaboration, I believe that we can collectively improve teaching practices to create a positive learning environment for our students. By me continuing and my education, um, it will only deepen my understanding of education policies and empower me to make more significant leadership roles. I also inspire to contribute to educational research, exploring different technologies and techniques can and how it can enhance the learning outcomes. By staying at the forefront of the educational innovation, I can inspire my students and colleagues to embrace that change. Overall, my journey from being a hesitant leader to a proactive advocate for students has been a major transformation. I am excited about all the opportunities ahead, and I'm committed to making that meaningful impact in the field of education. Um, with each step, I aim to inspire. I aim to create that inclusive learning environment that my students desperately need. Um, and overall, I want to advocate for the needs of all students, no matter how big, how small they may be. I hope that this gave you a little more insight into me and who I am as a leader. Thank you and have a good night.